Ready? Okay. So we're gonna make the mustard chicken. And the first thing you do is put the chicken in the pan.
With oil.
With some oil. I heated it up beforehand, and I heated up the oil till it was almost smoking. And then we're going to just kind of do a quick sear on these because it tastes really a lot better when it has some brown. And that's finishing things up. Okay. Okay, so we are at the end of the browning, and we've done the first ones. I was telling Sam that the best thing for this is actually to pound your breasts when they're raw a little bit in the center, like not the center, the end that's thick. You get like a hammer. I like to wrap it up in like a fries bag so it doesn't get your hammer like gross. Or a mallet, something with a wide thing on it, and then just pound out this part so that it's as thin as the end, and then as it cooks, not only did you tenderize it a little bit, but then it makes it cook evenly, so you don't get this tail end overcooked, and this, because you have to cook this to 165 degrees, and sometimes at that point this will be much higher than 165 degrees, but we didn't do that today, and you don't have to. So, I browned them in a little bit of oil. Oil has a higher temperature that you can get to before it starts to burn, but butter tastes real good, and sometimes I'll do it in butter, but you gotta get your pan pretty hot. Actually, my recipe is on the phone, so that's not good. So with the recipe that I sent you online, it says 4 tablespoons of butter and then like 3 tablespoons of Dijon mustard. I'm gonna double that, even though I'm only doing 6 chicken breasts, that's like 1.5 times, but I'm just gonna have some extra. And so I'm gonna do a whole stick of butter that Sam softened in the microwave. And then I'm gonna do, so double would be 6 tablespoons of the Dijon. I think I'll do a little less than that. So let's do 5. This isn't an exact science, so you do what you want to do. 4, 5, and then.
If you want, you can just eat this mixture with a spoon and then eat the chicken afterward.
That's right. Your chicken's gonna be pretty bland at that point. Okay. And then I don't have any thyme, any fresh thyme, because I only went to Costco and they don't have it there. So I am going to use
Please don't say rosemary.
this one. This is a one I got at Costco. It says it has onion, salt, garlic, pepper, oregano, parsley, thyme, and garlic oil. So it's gonna be slightly
Why don't you just take the time out of it?
different. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Take it out of there.
And I think I'll do a little bit less than 2, oh actually it said 2 tablespoons. I'm gonna probably do 2 tablespoons because this has a bunch of salt in it and I don't want it to be too salty. I'll just do it with my hands.
Like cooking show host, you can just measure it out like nothing.
Well, I don't want to stick the mustard in there. So this may not be as thymy, herby, but I think that'll.
The word is timely.
That's right. So anyway, that's the spread, and then I will use a spoon again. Where's my little, oh here. And I like to do a bunch on there. And I like to kind of put them up with the little crack side up because it kind of holds your mustard in there better. And a lot of it kind of melts as you're cooking it and falls onto the bottom, but that's okay. So this is a heavier dose than the recipe calls for. For your chicken. Okay? Okay, why don't you pause that? Okay, so Ross, I don't have any breadcrumbs, so I just took some white bread and put it in the oven at 350 for like, I don't know, just took it out like, it was probably 20 minutes. But kind of watch it because I could have just burned the crap out of it, you know. And I'm just gonna blend it up. No, we're not. Fail. Let's crunch it up first, and then it'll really do it. May not do it without any liquid at all, right? Okay. And then I'm gonna add some of the seasoning.
Are those fine enough?
Oh yeah, it's totally fine. Get it?
I don't get it.
And then I put some of the same herb mixture in there. Hopefully it's not too salty.
It might be.
Might be. Okay.
You gotta shake that a little bit. It's not getting
Yeah,
the bottom.
I know. Okay. Perfect. And I'm gonna put it on a few of them. But I am doing low carb, so I'm going to put Parmesan cheese wisps on mine. How many should I do? 4? I'll do 4.
Are you gonna eat 2?
What?
Are you gonna eat 2?
I'm gonna eat one tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Was I supposed to mix it with the butter? I think not. It'll be fine. Okay. Oh, that was wrong. I was supposed to save 2. Dang it. Okay.
It's fine. You can have some carbs.
And then is that it? That's it for this. We'll put this in the oven, I think at 350.
What about the cream?
That's the next step. So we'll stick this in the oven, and I haven't looked to see how long. Let's put it in for 20 minutes, and then we have a little meat thermometer where you stick it in there, and you want to get the center to 165.
What temperature is the oven at?
350 right now, and you don't want to get it too much over 365, or your chicken is going to get really tough and rubbery, and that's gross. So let's set it for 20 minutes right now, and we'll check it. And let's make the sauce. So I'm just gonna use the dirty pan, and I'm gonna use the rest of my stuff, my mustardy stuff. And I don't know if my recipe says to do this, but I like my sauce to be also mustardy. And why waste it? And it says like to have like chicken drippings in there, which I don't have, so I use some bouillon
Billion.
to give it a chickeny
Better than billion.
flavor. But this is also really salty, so be careful with that.
So we're basically eating ramen at this point.
We are. This is pretty much just ramen. And let's turn that on. And then
Is the butter separating from the mustard?
uh-huh. Yep. And then I'm gonna put in a bunch of cream. Oh, my cream seems to be quite thick.
My queen. It's a lot.
Well, it's like a gravy. Okay. And then I'm going to cook it down.
The little cream sauce.
And I will put it on lowish, and actually I could leave it on 5 until it heats up, and then I'll put it down on like 1 or 2 and just kind of let it, the water out of the cream evaporate a little bit, and then you have a thicker like gravy substance. You could even make it into a gravy if you wanted to get really fancy and do some like a flour and water mixture and then thicken it. I've done that before. I don't think anyone really cares. I think it's good, just kind of liquidy. And we'll let that go. Okay, so green beans. I use about half of the Costco package for the whole family. So if you were doing this for yourself, then you would definitely not need this many green beans.
You know Ross.
That's true. Ross likes himself a good green bean with mustard ever since birth. That's probably too many for that little bowl.
Don't give him any ideas.
Okay, and then I just do it the easy way, which is put some water in there.
The dirty dishes.
The dirty dishes that Tommy won't do. And stick it in the microwave. We'll do it, I don't even know. I usually will put them in for like 7 or 8 minutes, give them a stir, and then do it every like 2 minutes until they're where I like them. Let's do 8 to start, and we'll test them out. Okay, how's our butter? Oh shoot.
Melting, burning. House is going down.
The butter is pretty brown, and it's about ready to go.
It smells like candy.
It's real delicious. Okay, so I'm gonna turn that off, and then I think we can wait. Okay. So we cooked it for 20 minutes, and we're checking the temperature, and ouch.
That was 20 minutes.
And that is actually too long because it's 170. So maybe cook it for 15 minutes when you're actually cooking it for yourselves, Ross and Jean. Because it's 170, so it's gonna be a little tougher than I like. But it's done. But now we gotta wait 20 minutes because we decided to cook rice. Oh, oh wait, we didn't finish our, you can stop it. Let's check base.
Mom is just eating it by the spoon.
Oh, it's so good.
It's saturated fats and mustard, mother.
Okay. How are the green beans, Joey? Need more.
Nobody cares what Joey thinks.
Rude. I do.
Get out of here, Martha Stewart.
Actually, some of the underneath ones aren't super done.
What did you call me that? Mom, Mama called me Martha Stewart.
Uh-huh. These are actually not super good. So I'm just gonna put them back in the microwave for a minute to dry. Are you still filming me?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be really bored by this video. Nobody wants to watch an hour-long video.
Nobody wants to go to school either, yet we still have to.
Spank Sam again. No.
Stop eating it.
I can't stop.
Leave some for us.
Sam. No! Sam! Sam! You're an idiot.
Did you call me?
Guys, how was it?
Perfect.
Did you try the chicken, Tommy? That's some good table manners I'm seeing right there. Oh, he's gonna spit it out. No, he's gonna keep it in. Sam, is it good?
Tommy, come on, dude.
Answer. What's wrong with you people? Teddy's just going with the soil sauce.
I haven't signed a contract.
This way. Mom, stop saying so. Stop saying.
Joey. Joey.